Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth. And last time, Nona had us go talk to Horn for her, and he has decided to join us. So, we get to tell Nona the good news. Hopefully, I don't know how she's going to react to this.
This confirms what I suspected about the Horse Lords. Cruel even to their own.
You tell Nona that Horn has been cast out of Stangard and is no longer welcome there. This confirms all I ever suspected about the Horse Lords, Medriel. They are cruel, even to their own, and are not deserving of our sympathies. I will speak with Horn, thank him for his words on my behalf, and give him my sorrow that he has suffered for me. But I will also tell him that he is not better off and need shed no tears for his lost fellows. We will be ready to leave when Corudan says we should leave. Speak with him when you are ready to go. Okay. Corudan.
Our band of companions grows.
Our band of companions grows. A Dunlondon girl, a Rohirrim man, and 2 elves. It sounds like a joke, does it not?
We will still fit in the one boat, but it will not be comfortable.
We will still fit in the one boat, but it will not be comfortable. I do not think we should recruit any more companions, Medriel, unless you fancy swimming alongside the boat. Are you ready to continue our journey?
Let us go to the boat together.
I want to have a good seat and a comfortable place to rest my arm as we paddle. All right, let's go.
I have journeyed on the great river often, and know its swirls and eddies like no other elf.
The river Anduin is as familiar to me as my own shadow, but it is still a journey of some days. We must stop here for the night.
That is far enough for today, Medriel. Horn has already seen to the fire, so now we may sup and take some rest before the night watches begin. We will leave in the morning at first light. It is not good to travel further south on Anduin at night unless the need is considerable. The waters become treacherous the nearer you get to Sorn Gerbir. Let's rejoin our companions, Medriel. It is a good fire, and built quickly, Horn. Thank you, Corudan. You are fortunate to have friends among the elves, Medriel. I would not want to make this journey without a guide, and Corudan appears to know what he's doing. But it is not seemly for a man of Rohan to mingle with elves, as you saw in Stangard. Of his kind, my people have little to say but this: long-lived and dangerous. They have more to say of the folk of Dunland, but none of it is kind, and I will not disturb the girl's ears with any of it. I regret Nona's ill welcome at Stangard when she had need of aid, though I understood its root. Her people and mine have a long and unhappy history. I have no quarrel with her personally, but our shared friends and duties make us allies, nothing more than that. The Elf Queen was right to send this guide with us, Medriel. He knows the waters and how to keep a boat afloat, which is more than the daughter Savult knows. Were it up to me, I would lead us south on dry land, with springy turf underfoot and no fear of floundering. Nona lowers her voice, a rare event for the Dunlending woman. The boat is not large enough to keep us from speaking, Medriel. But, as you saw, this horse lord managed to avoid addressing me in any way once we were on the river. If he has a grievance with me, tell him to air it so I may respond appropriately, with words or with Wadu's sword. I have become tired of his ability to look all around him, but not in my direction, whatever direction that happens to be. We have some time before we should begin the night watches, Medriel. Would you find some telling agreeable? I find that the weaving of a good story among companions around a fire can be a pleasant way to pass time. Have a seat and listen, Medriel. I will begin, and perhaps our companions will have a tale to share as well. I grew up in the Golden Wood, but I spent most of my time exploring the wilderness. My sister Sigilla stayed in Lorien for long years, but not in idleness. My skill was with the bow, but hers was with knives. She made them herself, and each was deadlier than the last. I returned from a journey once convinced I had become the greatest of archers. Is that so? I wager you cannot hit this wooden target from 50 paces. I accepted and strode 50 paces. When I turned to fire, I saw that my sister was right. She had hewn the target at its base, and it had fallen into the grass. We laughed and laughed. That is my tale. Do you have one to share, Medriel? Talk to Corudan and decide upon a tale to share. We could speak of Dol Guldur, the forts of Eisen, the Nazgul. Let's speak of Dol Guldur. I am familiar with this tale as it involves my sister Sigla. The sorrow is still with me, but it is good to think of my sister again. I would like to hear the story. I will begin. You speak of your role fighting evil in Dol Guldur alongside the Golden Host. With this axe of mithril, not even the ruler of this tower can keep Mazog a prisoner. You speak of Mazog and the axe Ziegelberg. After a time, you come to the end of your story. I shall go next. My tale concerns King Fingal of Rohan, the grandfather of Theoden King. It is a sad tale, given the happenings of late, but you might find it interesting. King Fingal came to the throne when he was very young, and he ruled for 50 years. Though long, his rule was ill-starred. He was prone to greed and made many enemies. In the last winter of his reign, he was hunting north of the Entwade on a cold afternoon. An elderly woman stumbled into his camp. She was lost and hungry. "A scrap of bread, if you please, my mighty lord. I am lost, and cold, and hungry." "Who are you, crone, to beg from the crown?" "If you seek warm food in your belly, find some churl whose bed lies unwarmed. Or find some grass and kill it yourself." King Fingal threw his own dagger at her feet and sent her away into the dark night. "This is the kindness of the Horse Lords, is it?" Horn did say that Fingal was a foolish king. "He did say that. I say he spoke true, but it does not seem an uncommon trait among the Horse Lords." The king's men were horrified, and they searched for the woman. They found her at dawn, frozen to death at the foot of a tall boulder, the king's dagger still in her hand. She had carved a curse into the face of the stone, along with her name, Wergind. This is what she carved into the stone. "Feckless Fingal, fool I name thee, grief shall be the get of thy greed. No lord of your line shall long live. Upon thy seat no sun shall settle. Kin and kingdom your craving hath killed, until the might of the mark is mended. Wergind." Horn sighs heavily and continues. King Fingal was furious, and he ordered Wergind's body burned and the stone destroyed, but no man of his company could move her, and every hammer and matlock they set to the stone shattered on contact. King Fingal himself assailed the stone with his sword until the blade shattered and a sword pierced his thigh. The wound festered, and King Fingal died of poisoned blood on the first day of spring. Many in Rohan thought the curse was ended, but now that Prince Theodred is gone, well, that is the end of the tale for now. I do not have the flowery words or turns of phrase that Corudan and this Van Horn have, Medriel. I write my tale in the height of my enemies, with Wadu's sword as my quill. I have no story to tell. Everyone has a story, Nona. What is the origin of the sword you bear? The horse motif is not of your people. The sword came to my brother Wadu. He used it to slay a great beast. What was this beast? A large animal of some kind. A bear? It was a great Gwibber, the mighty dragon spawn of the mountains. Can it be? I know of no such creature. Oh, they exist, Horn, trust me. There is much about my land and people you do not know. That may be so, Nona. I am sorry if I have offended you. Your brother must have been a great man to defeat such a foe. He was. I think that is enough tale spinning for one night, Medriel. I will take the first watch, and I will wake you when it is your turn. We will set out again at first light. We will leave at first light. For now, you should get rest. In the morning, we will continue our journey down the Anduin.
Behold, the Argonath, the pillars of the kings.
Well, that went not as well as we expected. We are in the Croftlands.
They are not my kings, but there is still something majestic about the twin statues.
Many songs have been sung about the men in whose likenesses they are carved, and I know most of them by heart. I will not sing them now. There is too much we must do here.
Friends of yours came this way. Friends bearing a burden of some malice.
Horn speaks quietly, for what he has to say is meant for yours alone. We spoke of a great many things on the boat, and I do not begrudge you for speaking in generalities, but you told me enough to know your errand here is important. Friends of yours came this way, friends bearing a burden of some malice. Whatever they carried, it was sought by orcs, and perhaps others as well. We need to find what happened to these friends of yours, and if their burden has been lost. Horn raises his voice to include the Rohirrim man standing nearby. This man saw our boat drifting down the river and hailed me from the shore. His name is Fremric, and he has come with a party of Rohirrim from the Wold. I would have us help his people if they desire our help. But first we must prepare our own camp. Speak with Nona and Corudan for their thoughts, and then collect sticks for a fire. I will do the same.
I need your help if you can aid me.
I am Fremric, a man of Rohan, proud and true, and I need your help. Orcs have crossed the river, and now they swarm throughout this land, all along the east wall of my homeland. I came south from the Wold with a party of some 30 riders to investigate what could have drawn the orcs across the great river. When we arrived, the force was even larger than we expected, and they set upon us. We drove them away, but suffered many losses, and our camp is in disarray. My people could use your help to restore the camp and make it safe. Make safe the border of Rohan. Go to the southwest, near the passage into the Norcross. Make your presence known to my brothers if you wish to aid us. Alright, we'll take that and we'll put it aside for the moment. Nona?
I do not trust this Fremric, but Horn wants us to help him.
I do not trust this Fremric. I do not like the way he looks at me from out of his eye's corner. If he is not careful, I will teach him the way of my people with Wadu's sword. But Horn wants us to help him. I do not understand this loyalty to the Horse Lords. They cast him out. He should hate them for that. I will not impose my beliefs upon him, but I do not understand his.
The Lady Galadriel entrusted me with knowledge of our true mission.
You spoke in general terms on the boat to Horn and Nona, but I know why we are really here, Medriel. The Lady Galadriel entrusted me with the knowledge of our true mission. I will not betray that trust. While we are here in the East Wall, I think it is fine for us to help Fremric's people. That is clearly what Horn desires, but we must also keep alert for signs of our mutual friends. They came to this land that we know. What happened to them then? That is a mystery, and it is one we must find the answer to, and then help them if we can. But first, Horn is right. We need to gather sticks to make a campfire, or we will have a cold night. So we need to find sticks. Anybody else want anything? No? Okay, good. And hey, we get to kill a few orcs while we're at it. Definitely a miserable night to be out in the rain, huh? Not sure a fire would stay lit unless it was covered. Alright, brings the sticks to Horn. Kill the Uruk along the way. Horn. Oh, and look at this guy just standing, hanging out right here, right next to everyone. You know, one of y'all could have taken care of that instead of waiting for me.
You found some. Good. Now remove the supplies from the boat.
You found enough sticks for a fire. Good. I will combine these with the ones Nona and Corudan have found, and we will soon have a decent campfire. Will you remove the supplies from the boat so we can assess what we have left? Maybe we could use the boat as a, I don't know, cover. This is the boat. Remove the remaining supplies from your boat. You reach into the boat and remove the remaining supplies. So, let's see, we're going to get some healing draughts, some superior apple and cheese pies. That actually sounds good. And we could choose. Now, if we were a hunter or a warden or a burglar, this would be a good one because vitality and might. I saw agility. Guardian, champion. Oh no, okay. Bacon wrap flapjacks, vitality, agility. So I was right. Hunter, warden, stuff like that. Vitality, might, guardian, champion, things like that. Vitality and critical defense could be just about anybody. Vitality and will, both of Skirly. That would be the spellcaster, so Medriel, Runekeeper, Lore Master, Minstrel. Vitality and Fate would also be good for any of them. Or cups of Superior Second Breakfast Blend Coffee, which is out of combat run speed. And there's some nice ones in here. It's either going to be the Skirly or the coffee. I'm going to go with the Skirly. There are enough supplies for a short stay, and you divide them among the rest of your companions.
Parth Galen may be a good place to begin our search.
I think it is good to help Fremeric while we can, but always keep your eyes open for the real reason we are here. As you pass southward through the woods of the east wall, remain alert for a grassy lawn among the Anduin. That peaceful space is called Parth Galen, and it may be a good place to begin our search. Alright, so we have everything set up. We've got a camp set up. Let's take care of this. Oric that's going to try to join us. He is not welcome at the fire. And next time, we will go looking for Parth Galen. And maybe this Rohirrim man's camp, too. But, until then, bye for now.